Alright then, welcome to the AzzLadzz podcast with me, James, and the main man, the big man himself, Aaron. So yeah, we got some cool shit lined up for today. First thing first, as always, like it was in the last one, the first one we did, we're going to talk about YouTube news. Aaron's going to give me some shit to react to, as always. Let's go for it, lad.
Alright, so, I'm not sure which one to start with, but it's the thing that's probably the biggest right now. Obviously you know who Keemstar is, don't you?
Yeah, the gnome guy with the crazy beard, the one who, he stirs a bit of stuff up, but it's, he entertains people and he's fairly successful, so yeah.
Yeah, have you heard about what he's done recently?
What happened this time?
I
know didn't he make some old bloke cry once, and he called some people horrible names on a stream, like he said really offensive things to people.
Yeah, but this time
he's
doxed someone.
What does that mean when you reveal the house?
It's basically like you reveal their full name, where they live, their partner's name, children's name.
Why has he done that? I thought by now he would have grown up. Like, he's going to get a ton of shit for this, man.
Well, the thing is, he always uses this excuse, like, he has to dox someone. He has to find out their information.
Like, didn't the dude piss him off first or anything?
Not personally, I don't think, because I've completely forgotten his name, and this, so...
I'm just wondering, because obviously it's no way to treat a person, like dox them, just because they've annoyed you a bit, but I'm wondering, has he done it out of the blue for no reason, or has this person provoked him? That's what I was... Well, because it's just crazy.
Do you know who Just Destiny is?
No clue, mate, bloody hell.
Alright, he's doxed Just Destiny.
And is that a famous YouTuber?
Yes. I don't really watch him, but I've heard his name a lot, and I'm not too sure if he's the guy who was in that boxing match.
Nah, I can't think.
No. Alright, I should have really looked this up a little bit before.
Don't matter.
But,
so
yeah.
How's he taking all this doxing then? Is he because I remember Post Malone got doxed by Jake Paul and he sort of took it on the chin and he was like, yeah man, it's whatever.
Well, the videos that I've seen, he's angry, but he's not overly angry. He's like, dude, why have you done that?
That's the best way to be honest, because if you get really pissed off, you make yourself look like a tit, you know. You look like the bad guy.
Yeah.
But if he just takes it all on his stride, he can look like the bigger man, and Keemstar can look like the dude who's being immature. Well, he is being immature doing this to somebody.
Yeah, the problem with Keemstar is though he's the type of person who he can do whatever he wants, and people will make videos on him, but then they'll say at the end of the video, I still respect him, even though he's doing something horrible. Whereas if it was any other YouTuber, they wouldn't care.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, if PewDiePie revealed someone's location, I know he's way bigger and more famous, but if someone like that, like you said, if anyone did that, they get a shit ton of shit for it, you know.
Yeah.
They'd be in so much trouble, and they could potentially lose a load of sponsors and lose a load of money. Obviously, I know as they're famous YouTubers, they don't need the money, but still, it's like PewDiePie still gets to make these type of videos, and the YouTube site is still okay with him doing this, you know. Like, he's ruining lives.
Yeah.
It seems like, well, not, you know what I mean, not messing up someone's life, but they could get a shit ton of harassment, and you're not meant to reveal people's personal information like this, you know, when you have such a big audience. Well, you shouldn't do it in general, but he's got such a big audience, they can go and harass him, you know.
Yeah.
Just messed up.
My points have gone again, but, how was it? It was the way, because a lot of people say Keemstar, he's probably the worst YouTuber, because when it comes to arguing a point, he doesn't like back it with facts. He just shouts louder and louder, and then walks away and says that he's won, even though he hasn't won. It just I happen to be the loudest, therefore I win.
Yeah, that's how. To be fair, that's how a lot of people debate shit nowadays. You know, if you're the loudest and the most selfish and just being a total arsehole, people are obviously, I don't want to disagree with this guy, especially if it's like in your friend group. I don't want to disagree with this person, let's just, you know, try and be civil. I don't want to piss this person off. But at the end of the day, those sort of people are just a waste of time, man. You shouldn't try and convince them on anything because, you know, it's difficult. It's difficult to convince these sort of people on things.
Yeah.
You know.
And I mean, when you look at Keemstar's channel as well, this is no joke. He uploaded a video because Jake Paul got a haircut.
You serious?
I'm fairly sure this is serious.
Well, was that in the title, or was there something intriguing at first? Like, did it say, I don't know, boxing fight coming up soon? Then in the middle of the video, it said another story. Jake Paul's had his pubes trimmed or whatever. I don't
know. Let's have a look. Well, to be honest, there's that many Jake Paul videos. It's pretty hard to see. But
it's a bit worrying when, like, I know it's Keemstar's living and all that, and he obviously enjoys talking about people. But it's a bit worrying when your channel's just based off of other people. Like, when, you know, I don't know. Like, when your whole channel's centred around that and all you talk about is YouTubers and their lives and conflicts that are happening, it's like a bit, you know.
Yeah.
It's like when Keemstar was constantly, you know, messaging Deji and JJ when they were having that argument. And he was sort of trying to get in the middle of it. And I get it, because it's a big story, but at the same time, it's like a serious family conflict, you know. And people were going to Deji's house Deji's parents' house and having a go at them and throwing abuse at them. Yeah. So, you know, it's quite messed up, really.
But yeah, because obviously a lot of people call him the YouTube rat, but a lot of people say he's like a leech, because he just leeches off other people for news and all that.
Yeah, I mean, his channel is a news channel, because I'm trying to be, obviously, you know, neutral to this. I'm trying to see both sides and going with an objective viewpoint, but I don't know, he's not being malicious, he's not taking sides, but he is stirring the pot a bit by making all these bad things really public to his massive audience. But that's what his channel's about, I suppose. So, you know, the key, I don't watch it. It doesn't appeal to me, all this YouTube news nonsense. Like, I don't watch it that much. I watch it a bit about the boxing, and, you know, when JJ and Deji had the argument, I watched it a bit then. But most of the time, I'm just not interested.
Yeah, I know there's this weird angle that he takes on his videos, and people have known this for ages, but he says the Keemstar on Drama Alert is different to the Keemstar on Twitter. Because Keemstar on Twitter is opinionated, but then Keemstar on YouTube isn't, even though he is.
Well, I mean, fair play to him for not being biased in his videos, because obviously if he's going to start slandering people and being a dick, then, you know, he's clearly taking sides. But yeah. I mean, what does he say on Twitter? Does he really boy shit about what he thinks of argument and news?
Yeah, he says, like, it on a personal level. He gets into...
So what, like, really insulting people?
Yeah, he's insulted a lot of people on Twitter before, and then he'll bring it over to YouTube and say, I'm being objective here, and then he'll just insult them.
Man, he should really laugh then, shouldn't he, you know?
Yeah. But this has been going on for years now, hasn't it?
Exactly. You know, what we're saying isn't anything like new. This isn't a surprise, really, but it's just something interesting, you know? Yeah. Just that he's doing the same old thing years later. Like, at this point, it's not a surprise. But anyway, what's the other big thing?
Do you want the next news thing, or the...
Yeah, go on.
Alright, well, I've actually got two more, but they're very small ones after this next one. Have you seen the Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer?
I saw that Jim Carrey was in it, and I was like, damn, he's going to have to carry this film, because Jim Carrey's been trying to be serious for ages, but in this he actually seems like a good Robotnik, so that might be entertaining. Yeah, but I know a lot of people are pissed off at the trailer. Is there anything particularly weird happening in it?
No, well, the weirdest thing is Sonic has human teeth.
Oh.
It's really weird. I don't know how to explain it.
Maybe they're trying to make it more appealing to, like, kids.
I know, but when you look at it, someone's like, they've gone through the trailer and re-edited it as like the actual how Sonic usually looks. And if one person can do that, why can't like a movie studio just re-edit it?
Like I said, maybe they just want it to look more appealing. I don't know. What the hell does Sonic's teeth look like? Are they like scary or something?
No, they're like just normal human teeth. Just normal.
But you said in the trailer the teeth normal.
Yeah, like, it's basically, you have, like, Sonic, and then he opens his mouth, and it's, like, perfect human teeth, which you wouldn't expect.
Oh. So it just looks really weird, then?
Yeah, it looks really out of place.
Any other weird shit in the trailer?
I think most people just don't like it because it's nothing like they've seen. They haven't seen Sonic like that before, have they?
No. The problem is, a shit ton of video game films, like video games that are adapted into films, you know, they end up just being total dog shit. Like Resident Evil was absolute crap. I know they made a Mario film, but that was like before, you know, that was before the Mario games. But I'm still counting that because that was a load of crap. What other stuff, man?
I'm just reading through this.
There was the Angry Birds film, Ratchet and Clank, Need for Speed, Warcraft, Assassin's Creed. Didn't know they brought another Resident Evil film out in 2016, or was that like the only one? Man, crazy.
Oh, that was
absolutely crazy.
This is the other thing as well. One of the main actor, like not Sonic, but the main like human in the film, apart from Dr. Robotnik, he basically has only really starred in these kind of movies where he talks to like an animated character. And people are just saying it seems like he's very typecast for these kind of movies.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't know what you mean, but
well, his name's James
sounds like
Marsden, but I don't know. That means
never heard. Yeah, never heard of him. It sounds a bit lame that they're doing this, that they're just randomly typecasting people, but you know, like I say, most video games that are turned into films are absolute shit. But a lot of films turn into video games end up being amazing, like the classic Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh yeah.
The Thing, the Scarface game was quite fun as well, you know.
I've seen a few people rage at that.
What, the Scarface game, because it's hard?
Yeah, and they just get mad at it and like smash the disc up because they just don't like it because it's hard.
Yeah. What other films into video games?
You already said Warcraft, didn't you? There was. Could you count the Halo ones, like when they turn into machinima ones? They're more ones, though, aren't they?
Films into video games. Oh man.
Oh, I don't know about films into.
Because there is a shit ton of films that end up with decent video games, but I couldn't think of loads apart from these Star Wars shit. Oh well, it's whatever. To be fair, the best video games, apart from Battlefront 2, which stood out as the OG Battlefront 2, the best video games are just best left alone. You know, like just come up with video games. Don't just adapt shit from films, unless you've got like really good ideas. Like obviously, oh yeah, Lord of the Rings. I did that into a video game. I can't think. Obviously, they have all the Telltale games, but that's from like TV shows and films. So you know, yeah. What other shit have you got then? What's the other two?
Alright, it's not the biggest thing, but you know the CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki? I think you say her name.
Yeah, it used to be someone else, but now she's in charge. I don't know much about her, to be fair.
Alright, have you heard of the rapper Juice WRLD?
No.
Alright, anyway, he's basically a rapper and all that. But there's a video going around of her saying to him, "Oh, don't worry, us at YouTube we'll artificially inflate your channel."
How the fuck? I mean, they can do it. They're YouTube, but so they're just gonna make it look like he's got a load of subs. No one's gonna care. Yeah, sponsors aren't gonna care. It's all fake.
So yeah, and she's basically said she's gonna get him to like 1 million subs, basically, pretty much straight away, and she'll
without anything being done.
Yeah, because she said, "I like your stuff," so you know, I'm sure.
No, but what if YouTube? The thing is, what if YouTube just fuck off and don't care, and then they're like, "Oh, never mind then," and then no one's watching the videos.
Well, that's the whole thing. People are gonna notice.
Yeah, like this new channel that's just come out of nowhere. You know, they're just gonna be like, "What the hell's going on?"
He does have a channel at the moment, but he's below 1 million subs.
The thing is, though, if he's an established person, like, why does he even need this sort of assistance? Like you said, people are definitely going to notice. If overnight he's got 1 million, they'll be like, what the fuck?
I know. Oh, he's on 2.7 million now. But I think.
And how much was he on, like, before?
I'm not too sure. But he hasn't uploaded a video in 3 weeks.
I mean, what is the point? Why does he want subs when he doesn't even care about YouTube? This literally makes no sense. Like, this is so weird.
It's weird though. I'm not trying to accuse him of anything, but all of his videos before got anywhere from 1 million to 3 million views, and then his last video.
And this was his music. This was his music. Or...
Yeah, this is an actual rapper that's doing it. And
no, I mean, were the songs only getting 1 million views?
Yeah, but then the last video he uploaded got 14 million. Now I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but it's a bit weird.
But I don't know why he just doesn't work a bit harder, you know, and make more videos or try and make more music, you know. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Very just weird situation. Alright then, final story then. Right then.
Well, it's basically what you brought up before we started this, the James Charles thing, as you said. So do you want to take charge?
Yes, I will. So, I didn't know about this guy before, but you know what? He's 19, same age as me and Aaron. Fair play. He's been big on YouTube, you know. So, well done to you, mate. But what's really, really scary is that, first off, I'm not going to say who or bring up what relations, but someone in my family two people went to see him in Birmingham in a shop, which is ridiculous. I'm not going to say, but I couldn't believe it when I found out. I was like, why are you
disowned?
No, they're not. They're not close family. They're like, they're not brother or sister or anything, or mum and dad. But yes, this is just. I mean, they went to see him in Birmingham in a shop, and like shopping centre, put makeup on. I mean, you know, I really hope the people in my family who went to see don't ever see this. But I'm not having a go. But like, you know, hopefully, if this ever does get big, you know, you've learned from your mistakes to not waste your time. Because the problem is, I'd understand if he was like a singer, if he was an absolute massive talent, or if he was a comedian, an entertainer, if he had amazing stories to tell. If he was going to, I don't know, come and hang around with them, buy them a McDonald's, whatever. If he was going to do anything else. But he puts makeup on YouTube. You can see this anytime. You can see this anytime, any place, any bloody where. You can just type in James Charles and all of it's about makeup. I mean, I've heard all of it's about makeup anyway. I haven't actually obviously looked into it. I've just heard from sources. But, yeah, one of my family members downstairs was watching him on YouTube, and I'm like, why are you watching him? And then they said, no, it's because he features in this video, and yeah, obviously that's how I found out, and then I looked him up. Well, I didn't look him up then, but obviously I knew about him before, and it was just all makeup stuff. All of his videos are makeup, and I'm thinking, how can this guy, how many subs does he even have? You know?
I know it's a lot. I think it's about 10 million, but I'll have a look. James.
Yes,
Charles.
16 bloody million.
16
million. I mean,
it gets easily 5 million views a video, at least.
This is just worrying. I'm looking at the. All right then, making my own Starbucks, pinkety drinkety. I mean,
like something one of us would say.
Yes, that is something one of our good friends would say. Oh no, no one gets this.
Oh, that fits in perfectly.
It's going to be so confusing to anyone who watches. Oh man, bloody hell! All right then. So Facetune, Coach. Oh dear.
Oh, have you seen the thumbnail?
Coach Chella.
Look close at the thumbnail.
Yes, I have noticed it.
Right, for anyone who doesn't know, I've seen this on
I've got
Instagram.
no problem with him showing himself off. Obviously, you know, I'm sure, you know, whatever, but I don't know why he has to do that. Like, come on. I don't want to see that, but, I mean, fair play if he, you know, whatever. But yeah, how well do I know my makeup products? Doing my own makeup, my morning routine, makeup, all this. Like, what is going on? It's all about makeup. And, you know, if that's what people are into, if that's what people want to watch, fine. But, mate, you're charging people loads of money to see you put makeup on. I don't want to go on a rant against him. I watched a few seconds of one of his videos, and I've seen some people talking about him, and he seems like, you know, a really nice guy. He just seems like a really friendly, nice person. So, you know, I've got nothing against him. He's not a bad dude, but don't charge people so much money to come and see. No, it's not his fault. Let's be honest. It's their fault wasting their time with this absolute.
Yeah.
I have no problem with them liking him putting makeup on. That's great. That's fine. But the problem I have is that they're paying loads of money to see him put makeup on when they can just watch it on YouTube. You know,
Yeah,
like, come on.
I think the thing is, with a lot of people who you don't agree with, if they're popular, I think you don't have a go at the person who's popular. You have a go at the people who have made him popular. If it's like a certain type of person.
Yeah, because to be fair play to him. He's made himself famous. He's only 19. And you know what? He hasn't done anything bad yet. You know, he hasn't made the news and done anything horrible. A lot of people at that age go mental. Like,
Yeah.
you know, as I'm being objective and I'm giving him some credit here, you know, and giving his fans some credit or whatever. But he hasn't gone crazy yet. He hasn't done any drugs. You know, he's just chilled out. He's, from what I'm gathering, like people like Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber was going crazy. You know, some things I heard about him, and I've got, as much as I don't like his music that much particularly, I've got, you know, respect for people who have to put up with that sort of stuff. Like Mike Tyson as well. He had to put up with loads. You get so many fake people, fake friends, people having a go at you, people just trying to take advantage of you, people being dickheads, you know. It's got to be difficult and getting harassed all the time. So, you know, I respect him for being able to cope with the fame so well. And I don't know how long he's been around for. Let's have a look. Oh, this video. 3 years ago. So in 3 years, he's become, like, bloody massive. So fair play, mate, you know. Obviously, it's not his... I guess if you're a famous YouTuber, you can charge how much you want. But, I don't know, maybe he should just make his performances... Not just make up, maybe him, you know, entertaining people. I don't know. Again, I don't know much about him, you know, what's going on at his performances. It could be more than just him putting makeup on, but from what I've heard and gathered, it's just him putting makeup on. I mean, didn't he charge, like,
Oh, yeah, I
500? Oh, yeah. Do you want to say, Aaron, as I've basically just ruled this entire news story?
Yeah, basically, I know people of his influence, well, 16 million subscribers, and obviously across all of his social medias, they can charge a lot of money. But he charges $50,000 an hour if you want to meet him and talk about stuff. Now, I don't know the going rate for stuff like that, but that is a lot of money. And it just
To be
shows how
honest,
much
no.
influence he has.
I'm gonna... Sorry to cut you off, but I'm just gonna look up a few things. Now, let's look up a WWE VIP ticket. WWE VIP ticket. As an example, obviously, if you listen to the last podcast, I'm not a massive fan of wrestling anymore. But let's have a look. Ticket costs. Now, this is to meet loads of famous people. Now, let's have a look. $50,000 is madness. Alright, what is that in English money? It's not far off. I'd say like 40k. Alright, now this is what you get to meet all your favourite people. WWE VIP and hospitality tickets. 210 quid. 125 quid. And 125 quid. All plus VAT. I mean, whoever's paying 50,000 quid. Like I said, James Charles, sure, he's a nice guy, great person, but come on, mate, you know, no one's worth 50k. No one ever to chill with for an hour is worth 50k. Obviously, I understand if, you know, is he just doing this for interviews, or would he accept it off fans as well?
No, this is like his going rate if you want to meet him for an hour.
For 1 hour, it's not like some mad interview or anything.
No, it's like basically if it works for companies as well. But if they want to come to him and talk about stuff, he charges $50,000 an hour.
An hour's pretty crazy.
So if you spend, say, 12 hours with him, that's then we'll have to do maths or something. That's like $600,000.
Bloody hell!
So he can make $1.2 million if he spends an entire day with you.
Yeah. I mean, that is absolutely crazy, man. The thing is, you've got to think YouTubers who have 16 million subs. He probably lives in a beautiful house. Amazing place. He's comfortable for the rest of his life. Obviously, I said about fame. There's a price to pay with all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the fans are the people that got him there, you know. So should he really be charging $50,000 an hour from a fan? Like, come on, if a fan walks up to you, you've got to be like, oh, hello, how's it going? You know, obviously if he's getting mobbed, that's sort of, you can tell him to do one or charge him 50 grand. But like, you know, come on, $50,000 just for an hour. It's like I say, no person's that important. I'll sort of get it if it's a massive interview and he's getting hassled all the time for interviews and he's like, oh, I might make a quick pound, but you know, come on. Crazy. $50,000 just to spend an hour with him. Absolute madness.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you want to add anything else to that, or...
I've said everything that needs to be said. Like I say, sure, he's a nice guy. He dealt with the fame very well. Much respect, but, you know, geez Louise, 50,000 quid, bloody hell. Alright then, well, that's that out the way. Fucking hell. That went on for a while, but interesting shit.
So...
Anyway, now we are going to talk... Oh,
I was going to say, what did you want to talk about next? Because we've got one of two things to talk about first.
Two more things. I forgot to say this at the start of the... Well, Aaron will put it in the description when we start talking about Callum's Corner's rise to fame. Because obviously we respect this dude loads and he's one of my favourite YouTubers. No sarcasm, genuinely one of my favourites. And I'll tell you why later. But first we're going to talk about Endgame. Hot topic, man.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about it? Stuff you loved, stuff you hated, stuff you thought was okay. Obviously it's amazing. There's not much to hate about it at all, really.
The thing that I liked was there was less Captain Marvel than I wanted. There's less Captain Marvel than I thought that was going to be in there.
I mean, yeah, because didn't they make it before they made Captain Marvel?
Yeah, they filmed they filmed Endgame before Captain Marvel finished. And that was it. I wanted to point out, I think I told you in this group chat about it, but there's a massive, like, I forgot the word. There's like a massive error in between the Captain Marvel movie and Endgame. So do you want me to explain it to you?
Go on then, because obviously I'm not too fussed about Captain Marvel.
So, at the end of Captain Marvel, the post-credit scene, Captain Marvel comes back down to Earth because of, you know, Nick Fury's pager. She basically comes back down and says, like, where's Nick Fury gone? She says it's Captain America, and she's in the Avengers HQ. And apparently that's the first time that she's come back down to Earth since she left.
But how long had she left for? Since the 90s?
It was like 1995.
Well, what the hell was she doing all these bloody years?
Yeah, exactly. But,
she's like the protagonist version of Thanos. All he did for about 2 billion years was sit on his arse, and then he got up when he went, oh shit, I've got to do something now. And then he said, no, sorry to have a go and cut you off again, but Thanos is a great villain, but why is he doing fuck all for most of the films? Like, why is he making everyone else go out there and bust their arse, risk their lives, just so he can have a few stones? Like, imagine if they hadn't have all failed and gave him the stones, he would have just clicked his fingers and half his henchmen would go. half the people who fucking laid their lives for him would have been dead straight away.
I know there's that thing, though.
But yeah, go on.
Thanos, like, waited for the exact right moment for everyone to be killed off. You know, like, for everyone to die, and then he could get the stones and all that. But, yeah, getting back to this Captain Marvel thing. So, at the end of Captain Marvel, the post-credit scene, she comes back down to Earth. But, and this is a massive spoiler for Endgame, so if you haven't watched it...
I should have said that before. Spoiler alert, just fast forward to the Callum's Corner stuff for the... But yeah, go on then.
So, you know in Endgame, towards the start where Tony Stark's in space...
Yes.
And when she when she finds his ship and brings him back down to Earth. That is apparently the first time that she's come back down to Earth since she left. The Avengers have amnesia and they forgot she ever came down to Earth and said, "Where's Nick Fury?" Or
So hold on. So for about 20 billion years, she was pondering. Happened to find a massive ship. Look inside, see it's Tony Stark. Or didn't she just start lifting it anyway? Like, imagine if that had been Thanos on the ship. She doesn't even look inside. Imagine if that had been Thanos, and he just went down to the Earth and he was like, "Yes, motherfuckers," and started beating the crap out of people. Well, that would have been hilarious. Mind you, if they did that, Brie Larson would kick off, wouldn't she? She'd be mega pissed, man.
Well, apparently her agent got really mad about Endgame.
Why?
Because they went with a version where she wasn't in it for like 75% of the movie, apparently.
But did the Russos direct Captain Marvel as well, or was that some other people or person?
I'm not too sure, actually. I don't think it was.
Yeah, that's probably, they probably thought, she's very... The thing is, I saw an interview where her and Hawkeye were talking, and she was like, she was talking about all these big controversial issues, blah, 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 I'm doing this for this, blah, 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 blah. And then Hawkeye said, listen, this shouldn't be attacked. He didn't actually say this to her, but they said, do you have anything to say about this? And he was sitting by her, he didn't look happy. And he said, don't quote me on this, I'm just trying to remember what they said. But he said something along the lines of, at the end of the day, this is just for the kids, I'm not going to bring any controversial issues into this. I'm just doing this to put smiles on kids' faces, make the fans happy, and just have an alright time, and enjoy myself. I'm not really trying to bring... Politics needs to stay away from films. There's no point, because he didn't say this bit, but he might have done, I don't know. But I think, it splits the audience into... If you bring loads of controversial issues into it, a large group of people are going to be angry and not want to see it, and it'll leave a bad taste in their mouth, put them off the film. And that's her problem. She brings too much politics to the film. So as I haven't seen Captain Marvel, I didn't think she was too bad in Endgame, personally. I thought she was alright, for the time she was in it. Not really. I definitely prefer Black Widow, and, if Captain Marvel might take a place, I don't know. But I prefer most people to Captain Marvel, if I'm honest, like all the great heroes, But she wasn't bad. She was decent, I wouldn't mind having her in the whole film. She's decent, But I prefer all the other characters personally.
Oh, because I've seen this thing. Do you know what a screen test is, don't you?
Yeah, like a preview.
Yeah. So basically, it was around the time Captain Marvel came out. They showed people who had no idea what they didn't know what Marvel was, didn't watch the Avengers, anything like that. Had no clue who this character was, who Brie Larson was playing, and apparently a lot of people have said she's like a wooden actor, she can't do this role. She obviously doesn't know what she's on about, because she tries to that deadpan comedy that it doesn't work. Like, she can't do it.
I haven't seen it, so can't comment, obviously.
But it's basically she says a joke and then just looks at the person.
Oh God! Oh no!
But in the Captain Marvel, it happens for about 5 minutes straight.
No.
And then there's a little break, and then it happens again, and that's basically how the movie goes along.
Is she pushing a lot of propaganda in it? Because I heard a lot of it isn't too bad. Like, it doesn't ruin the film if she does bring any, not propaganda, controversial issues. I mean. In
Captain Marvel, there is this weird, because there's no men around on this airbase. Yeah. There's no men. It's a bit weird, but it can happen in real life. But,
yeah, 100%.
It's how basically Nick Fury is the only guy, really, who's any importance in it.
Okay, but he's cool, so yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't ruin the film though, as long as all the other actresses are great,
They're all right. They're basically the same as Brie Larson, to be honest.
Oh, so they're just they're decent, but they're a bit emotionless.
Well, yeah, because her best. I've got to be careful here, but her best friend in the movie is a black woman, and she's the way she does her comedy is it's better than Brie Larson does. But it's basically the same style.
Okay.
And it just gets a bit boring. Like, is this meant to be a comedy or is it meant to be?
So what you're saying is a lot of the characters are just a bit like they're trying too hard. Mind you, that could just be the writing team. Brie Larson probably didn't go in there shaking her fist around and go, I want this fucking shit now! Writing all the jokes. That was clearly just a fault on the writing team. I mean, she definitely, by the sound from what I've heard, she definitely did run in there and say, what the fuck is going, what the fuck is this shit? But she didn't ruin the script. That was down to the writers. But she definitely got angry.
Yeah, I know. When Endgame came out, she said that this is a quote from her as well. She's broken the glass ceiling on women making money.
How?
Because she was in a movie that got $1 billion, and I don't know. Because there's that thing that Marvel is saying now, because they're owned by Disney, and you know what Disney's doing to Marvel, don't?
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying like with Black Panther, it's the first black male superhero movie, and it's like, no, it's not. Those movies in the 90s.
Yeah.
Had this, and they're basically saying it to show, look how bad society is today. That this is only happening right now, and it just gets a bit annoying.
I mean, it's pretty basic stuff, really. Films shouldn't be marketed about this sort of thing. You know, they should be marketed on if it's a great film or not, on the storyline. Obviously, you know, this shouldn't. What people's genetics are shouldn't be an issue. You know. The only thing that should be taken to consideration for the film, is it a good film? Is the story cool? Are the characters cool? That's the only thing that really matters, you know.
The thing is as well, because me and some of my other friends in this group chat are in, we were talking about it, and because Brie Larson's got, I think it's 6 films left on a contract to do.
Oh, damn.
I think it's 5 or 6 now. But me and my other friend, who's not in this group chat, in this podcast at the moment, we reckon that she's going to get replaced by someone. So do you think she'll get replaced, James? Or
what, Brie Larson?
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest, because there's going to be backlash from everyone. There's going to be people who are loving her getting replaced and people who are hating. They can't please everyone. They've just got to do. You know, even if she wants to rant and go mental, it's about if she's good in the films. I know I don't agree with her ranting because obviously it'll put people off the film and split the audience in two. But if the film's great, if the film's fun, you know, they're going to keep her on. If she isn't great, or the film isn't great, or the film isn't fun, then they might, you know, cut a contract short. It depends what happens, really. Only time will tell, you know.
Yeah.
The same with any actor, no matter what they do, if they keep having shit performances or the film keeps being shit, then they're going to be kicked off. But yeah, so what was good from the film? Because that was one bad thing. What do you like about it?
I think it's quite nice how they ended with the original. Well, half of the original cast has gone from the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So
is Hawkeye just chilling on the farm now? Is he not coming back?
I'm not too sure. I think he might.
What about Hulk and Thor?
Well, Thor's with Guardian. He's with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm the captain now. Captain Thor.
He's gonna be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that'll be great, actually. Yeah, fuck the new Avengers films. Forget about all that bollocks. We just need Fat Thor as the captain of the ship.
Yeah, people said he's going to stay like that for a while now.
Oh, if he stays like that, they're going to ruin the gag. Honestly. So, yeah. I'm going to say what I think's good and bad about it. So, a good thing, the battle was fucking amazing.
It was apparently 40 minutes from start to end.
The battle, bloody hell, it went by so quick, man. I absolutely loved it. What can I say, man? Just absolutely brilliant.
A weak point for me is that rat. I'll have to explain it, but I think you know what I mean, don't you?
Yes, the rat sat on the machine.
Yeah,
it was a small rat. It was a normal size rat, obviously. Or put its paw on the machine, then Ant-Man flew out.
Yeah. That happens in a lot of Marvel movies, isn't it? It's like one time.
Yeah, just something goofy happen. To be fair, though, it's just obviously the writer's humour. They want something goofy and silly like that to happen to make it affect the story. But yeah, something I didn't like. Let me think. I'm sort of gutted it's over, really. I know that had to happen, and we knew it was going to happen. But this film. It's like with anything good. You know that Endgame. It's reached the peak now. This level is as high as MCU films are going to get. Like, I don't know, maybe in like 20 or 30 years they come out with some new Marvel stuff. I don't know, they create new heroes, whatever. I know obviously we've got all these heroes now who will be fun and good and whatever, but... And the thing is, most hero films, there isn't really much on the line, you know what's going to happen. But things like, obviously, Dark Knight, Infinity War, Endgame, even Civil War, because it was heroes versus heroes, you know, you don't really... It's a little bit more unpredictable. And that's what I really liked about Infinity War and Endgame. It was really unpredictable. But the MCU as a whole has been fun, you know, obviously it was decent. But yeah, it's over now, so that was a negative.
Yeah.
But I liked Fat 4, that was fun. It was funny, I know a lot of people were annoyed, but it just made me laugh. Having the Fortnite in there again, it was just silliness, you know. If you actually do have an Xbox, you see how much people were playing Fortnite at one point and wasting money on what's it called, cosmetics. You'd think, like, what the hell's going on? It's just kind of funny because the Australian rock monster, whatever it was, that was just funny.
Of course.
Yeah, I didn't watch Ragnarok, sadly, so
yeah,
I don't know about it. Yeah. I think, again, all the characters coming together, that was really cool. That was really great.
Yeah, that was it as well. I got a bit confused during the movie because you know when Thor snaps his fingers.
Mhm.
You know that brought people back.
You mean Iron Man?
No, Thor at the start because they were already back. Iron Man just wiped out Thanos and his army.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he got snapped twice, which. I got a bit weird when Hulk was looking. No, was it Hulk or Ant-Man that was looking at the butterflies? No, the birds. That was it, wasn't it? And then they just got blown up.
But yeah, what the hell? Oh yeah, I like. To be fair, they concluded it really well. I don't know if I made that point, but they did conclude it very well. The film felt a bit too long, like 3 hours. It felt like, jeez, and. Even the funny personal, well, not personal, obviously, it's nothing bad, but funny story, when we were all watching the film and it ended, Aaron, you looked up. You looked up that there was no... I even said, listen, lads, there's going to be no end credits. It's the final... It's a conclusion to 4 Avengers films and obviously a load of MCU films, what this was building up to, like this is the end, they're not going to do much else. And you looked it up on Google, no credit scenes. Then one of our mates was like, I've been a bit ill, I know it doesn't sound it, but I don't know if I can do the voice, but I'm going to try. And one of our mates was like, listen lads, we need to stop, we need to stay for the end credits. But no, but listen mate, it says right here on Google doesn't usually lie. No, we got to stop, we got to watch it. We got to watch this blank screen. And then he was like sticking his legs out and I step over his legs and I'm like, mate, what the fuck? And then me and my mate went to Mackey's and they waited for ages staring at credits and then a blank screen. You were there, Aaron. Confirm it was credits and a blank screen. Yeah, obviously this story's just a bit of a joke and fun, but you know.
The thing, I don't think you heard what he said, but do you know what he said when you left?
What?
I'm going to pay my respects. So he starts through the whole thing. They got to the... You when the lights come on full, they came on full, and he went, I'll pay my respects.
Oh my god, that's why they all took so long coming to Mackey's. Like, for God's sake. Jeez, I didn't even know this.
I thought you were there, but I just remembered.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm not bringing anything up or trying to annoy anyone, but doesn't he realise, you know, him messing about and saying, I'll pay my respects, is holding his lift up, you know. If anyone else, if someone who, you know, he was, you know, in his family were giving anyone a lift, he'd be like, quick, out of it, no!
He'd like pat him on the back, go!
Go, get out of it, quick. And then we'd eat the Mackies and we'd eat the Mackies and there'd still be an hour before they get here, but that's not the point. I mean, gee, I'll pay my respects to what, a black fucking screen? You paid your respect by fucking spending money watching the film, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
They even said at the start of the film, thank you for watching all this. I'm not having a go. But come on, if someone who he knew was giving him a lift, and yeah. we would have got there and then left. Well, then, oh, we're not seeing this film, let's go. Obviously, if you watch this, man, it's just a bit of fun and games, it's just a bit of laughs. But, yeah, no end credits, so that was just a waste.
Oh, I can't stop laughing at her.
See, the thing is, we're just telling inside jokes, so if any random person watches it and gets this far, they'll be like, what the hell are these arseholes on about? Mind you, the voice I do for it is just entertaining. The voice I do when I go, oh, hello, hello, that actually sounds nothing like him. It's just absolutely hilarious. The voice is really funny to use. But yeah, I feel like impressions are better if you don't sound like someone, because then everyone's like, what the fuck, and everyone's laughing because this obviously doesn't sound like them, and it's more of a funny voice.
If anything,
but yeah, that was...
more, doesn't it?
Yeah, because they're like, this doesn't sound like me, but obviously, mate, it's a fucking joke, chill out. You can do an impression of me, or anyone else, I'm not too fussed. We wouldn't have even seen the film if someone he knew was picking us. We wouldn't have even got there. That wouldn't have... We would have got to the wrong cinema, and there would have been no show.
Oh, that happened before, didn't it?
Yeah, this is another personal story, it's just a joke. So what happened was, one of our mates, we went to see... First off, it's a good thing that he missed the film, because the film was absolute dog shit. I can't even remember. Do you remember what it was called? Like, it was a decent laugh.
Project Almanac. It was really weird.
I can't even remember it. I'm going to look that up now. I remember looking at it. Project Man.
It's AC.
Man. It says Project Almanac 2? What the fuck? We went to see it back in 2015, man. Bloody ages. Jeez, back in the day.
It's
budget 12 million.
37% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm not surprised, you know.
No,
it was very boring and weird, yeah, it was really crap. I think IMDb giving it a 6.4 is generous. The people who rated 6.4 were generous, man. Well, the average, obviously. Yeah, 33 million box office, 12 million, so obviously it is a bit of a low-budget film. It's it's decent for a low-budget film, I guess, but, you know, nothing really. There's obviously, I don't know if we mentioned last time, but Reservoir Dogs was 1.6 million, and that was a fucking amazing film, so they really could have... It was just boring. I mean, it says MTV Films was the production company. Like, you don't want MTV being your production company. I'm not slagging anyone off, but they're music people, aren't they, you know? Like, come on. Yeah. It doesn't even have much of a Wikipedia, but yeah. So yeah, obviously him not being, the dude we're on about, him not being there in the first place, that was really good. I'm not saying that came out really wrong. It was really good that he wasn't there because the film was so crap and a waste of money and time. But yeah, he phoned and said, he phoned and said, "Where are you? Where are you?" Then he said, "Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we?" And then I said as a joke, "Merry Hill Cinema," just as a joke. We just reveal.
Yeah, it doesn't
matter. No one's going to, hopefully, no, not too many. Okay, then I said, "This cinema, which isn't there." He said, "Where are you actually?" Yeah, Odeon. Then he says, "Where are you actually?" Show. When we're like, "Oh, we're at the other one showcase." Then he's like, "What?" And I just put the phone down. You can faintly hear, "Woo, woo, woo, woo." And then I put it. Then I just put the phone in your pocket, and he was still. No, I was saying, "Lads, talk to him," and none of you wanted to talk. So I just put the phone in your pocket.
The thing was, though, what I don't get, he got from his house to Odeon in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and he didn't.
And he went, "I'm at my house now." I went, "Alright, I'm at Odeon now." I was like, "What?"
And then he had a mad go at you about it.
Yeah, even though I did offer him a lift, and he went, "No, I don't want one." And I have proof that I said
Yeah,
this.
to be fair, obviously there was probably a massive miscommunication if he was going to the Odeon film. Obviously, in secondary school, we weren't all going out loads and going to the cinema loads and doing all this crazy shit. I mean, we are now, but back then we weren't going. So, obviously, there was a miscommunication. None of us, I didn't have Messenger back then, I'm pretty sure. So none of us could really, it was all, you know, phone rubbish, like calling up and texting. So, obviously, it would have been harder to contact. So, obviously, there was a miscommunication. But it was still a bit funny. But like I say, it wasn't a good film, waste of time, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, that's anything else about Endgame? You know, everything that I said needs to be said, really. It was funny, fun. Hopefully Fat Four doesn't come back. Cool that he's part of the Guardians. I'm the captain. Just amazing film. Like I say, the peak of Marvel, you know. But sadly, it's probably going to go downhill from here. But yeah.
I can't really think of anything else.
What the hell was that noise?
That's my cat going a bit mental.
But like...
I'll just see actually what's going on, because I can hear it.
Didn't even know you had a cat, bro.
Well, I have two, but yeah.
Crazy.
Right.
Fair enough.
I don't know if you want to end it here or not.
Oh, no.
Or,
How long have we been going for? Nearly an hour?
I think just over an hour.
Bruv, I want to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, what we said we were going to talk about. Obviously, I said earlier, fast forward to this bit to avoid the Endgame nonsense.
Oh,
Callum's bloody corner.
Yeah. Right.
You haven't ended it, have you?
No.
Alright, cool.
I knew there was something, but I forgot it was that.
Callum's bloody corner.
Right.
Well, Callum's corner. What? Honestly, this guy...
I'll just pop my head around my door, but just keep talking.
Now, it's going to sound like we're overrating him a bit, and his videos, you know, they're not high-level production like everyone else's. But, you know, I'm going to go into why that's actually a good thing later in a bit. But, yeah, man, this dude is just an absolute legend. He's so down to earth. Like, obviously, a lot of these people on YouTube, when you talk to them, or, you know, when they're talking, you can tell that it's a little bit put on, it's a little bit fake, and obviously they have to do that to get views. And obviously in real life they're a bit similar, when they're talking to people they're a bit similar, obviously. And you know, the vlogging gig, it's not easy, you have to be a bit upbeat and whatever. But Callum's Corner, he isn't upbeat and crazy and putting on this mad personality, entertaining fun. He's just himself, and it works. He's talking to you like you're actually having a normal conversation. He's actually you know, obviously I know every other bloody YouTuber's directly addressing the audience, but it feels like you're actually there talking to him. It feels like a real conversation, you know.
Yeah.
He just seems like an absolute don, Callum's Corner. What can I say? Just an absolute legend. Really like the guy. But yeah, let's go into detail how he became famous. And so his name's Callum's Corner. His video style is reviews and vlogs. Date joined 2016. Twitter, Facebook, doesn't matter. He doesn't have scheduled videos. He's active, 532 videos, it says on this website. I'm pretty sure there's a little bit more.
I was going to say as well, when he blew up on Facebook, because I think that's how most people know him.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Will and he gave him all this publicity,
but
which was really good of him.
I was actually the 60th subscriber that subscribed to him on YouTube.
Sure, because I swear, didn't he have like a load of subs? But didn't he do like a few videos before?
Yeah, he had about 4 or 5 up, and I subscribed to him. There was 59 people subscribed to him at the time, and I was
sick.
I was the 60th.
How did you find out, and how did you sub him?
Basically, because I saw that video that was it Unilad that put that video out.
I think so. Like, yeah.
And I heard him say Callum's Corner, and I found it so funny. I just typed it in on YouTube, and he came up. I thought, oh, this is the same guy. So I just hit subscribe. And actually, he does follow me on Twitter. I'm not trying to brag, but, you know.
Which is awesome. I was actually going to bring something up quickly. You should try and contact him on Twitter. I know it won't work, because he's fair. You know, he's got some notoriety now. But it would be cool to get him on the podcast, you know. Yeah. Somehow, just contact him. Just message him and say, listen, do you want to come on the podcast? You know, we're big fans. The worst that happens is he says no. The best is that he says yes and we get him on here. That'd be amazing. But yeah, even his channel description's down to earth. Welcome to Callum's Corner, the only place to come for teachings, reviews, instructions, and words from my heart. He should have said words from the heart, not my heart. Words from my arse! No, because have you seen, obviously, sometimes with him it's a bit of a Mickey take, because obviously, when I first saw his videos, I thought this dude's absolutely hilarious. I cannot stop laughing. Absolutely loved it because he was like, "Shut up about my head." Obviously, it's entertainment. I'm not taking the mick out of him. He's funny. I'm laughing with him. And a lot of people were probably laughing at him, but I was laughing with him. I thought it was hilarious. And he was like, "Shut up about my head." And then he goes on about, "I don't like kittens and puppy dogs." And then he creates the best insult in the world, spasmoid. And then he's like, "I can crush peanut M&Ms in my hand." And I'm thinking, what has this got to do with anything? And it just made me love it all the more, made me laugh all the more, made me a massive fan. But then I thought, is this fake? Because obviously when you're trying to convey a point, first off, if people are calling, if a few people on Facebook, and obviously in a video he does say about how he wasn't really that fussed about social media or anything. He just got on with YouTube because he was depressed. Because I'm going to talk about his story a bit first. Obviously, he said this in video, so he's somewhat fat, you know. So this is a public story, so obviously it's somewhat okay to talk about. And I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. Don't quote me on it. So he was with this woman, and he was like second in charge of this big company that her dad worked for, but he didn't really feel in love with this woman anymore, and he quit the company because he just didn't feel it anymore. And what else? What was I gonna say? Fuck. This looks bad on the podcast, but I can't think. Oh yeah. Then sadly, his dad died. And I don't know if this was before he split up with his fiancée or if it was after. But sadly, then his dad died, and he just was really depressed for a while. Which obviously you would be, close ones, loved ones, family, anything, you know. Obviously you're going to be down for a while. And yeah, he just said use YouTube as an outlet. You know, he just wanted to give it a go. He's one of the more elder YouTubers. I believe he's 37, 38 now. He started it when he was 35, 3 years ago. So he's definitely 38 by now. Let's see what videos he did till the TikTok one. 4, 8, 12, 16.
I know there was one video where he talked about he got bullied in school because someone wanted to touch his boob.
You sure it wasn't them calling him Hovis? Was this a real, like, because he had a massive load of frizzy hair?
Because he said as a kid he was really chubby. And
13, 14, his 14th video is the TikTok one.
And this guy said to him, "I want to touch a real boob." And I'll try and find the video now. But basically it turns out Callum's kind of got revenge on him. By he threw conditioner on him and went that this guy's ejaculated on himself. And then he ran out in the hallway and he got knocked out, and then he farted on him apparently. It's so random.
So hold on. So someone else knocked him out when he was running while he had stuff sprayed on him, and then Callum farted on him, or Callum knocked him out and farted on him.
So the guy who wanted to touch Callum Corner's boob. Alright. Callum's Corner, when this guy was in the toilet in like a cubicle, threw conditioner on him. And then the guy obviously ran out of the cubicle to get him, and Callum's Corner, and then he shouted, he's like spunked himself.
About Callum?
No, Callum's Corner said that about this guy. Called, I think his name's Toby or something, he said.
But didn't Callum's Corner have all the stuff on him?
No, he threw it on someone else.
Oh.
And then
Callum's Corner threw it at someone.
Yeah.
Alright then.
This kid apparently who had all the conditioner on him, but he tried to go up to someone and say, "Smell my hand, it's conditioner, it's not like semen basically."
Oh.
This kid got knocked out, and then Callum's Corner farted on the knocked out kid.
That's a bit, I don't know. I sort of get Callum's Corner being annoyed. Obviously someone throwing something at him. And obviously, I suppose him farting on him is a lot better than him kicking him or beating him when he's down, so I suppose it's okay revenge. It's a little bit weird, bit cringy.
I'll try and... Here's the video here. So I'll send
the dude shouldn't have thrown that shit at him, though, to be fair. He threw it at my... He wanted to touch my boob!
Right, I'll send you...
They said they wanted to touch my boobies! I didn't have that! Not having any of that!
Alright, I've sent you the link
I
to
got the weed whacker!
This reminds me what I sent over, but
Funny.
I've sent you the video. It's called Real Life Account of Being Bullied.
Oh dear. And this is this is before he blew up?
Yeah,
this is...
This is 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've sent you a messenger if you want to...
I'm just checking something. Alright. But yeah, man, I'll check it now.
Yeah, the thing is as well, I think the videos he's recently done, he walks down the street, because when Jake Paul's dad released his sex tape by mistake, he talked about it on a high street. He was walking down the street talking about it. Callums going on, which shows he has no shame.
Yeah, fair play. He's got balls, you know. A lot of people would be like, "Oh, what the fuck? Oh, weird." But I'm sure as he's just first things first, I'll watch that weird video later. Second thing, I mean, you know, he's dealt with a lot of abuse with this TikTok thing, so I respect him. I know obviously he's reacted to it, you know, a little bit badly, even though that's made for some very funny, entertaining videos. And Callum, if you're watching this, mate, I'm sure you can look back and see how the videos were a bit funny, you getting angry. But you let it off your chest and you were honest about how you felt. And that's the best thing to do, really, mate. It's a fair play. I know I said a few seconds ago you didn't deal with it the best. But you dealt with it in your way, and I respect that, you know. Because to be honest, maybe you should have chilled out, maybe you should have been calm, you know, and not made attention to these issues and give these idiots who are being abusive the time of day. But at the end of the day, you did what you wanted to do, so respect. Yeah, man, pretty sick.
Have you seen those YTPs that people make?
Yeah.
The condescender.
I forgot to say, actually, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But, because earlier then we brought up certain things, but it was really cool. Like, I love his meme reviews, man, because I'm not a big fan of reactionists and all that. Obviously, people watch him, do what you want in it, you know, if people are reacting to shit and giving it content, fair play. But Callum's Corner is just a new level of amazing.
Yeah.
Because he's like, because when something stupid happens, like, I don't know, what was, this is what someone said in a YTP, I remember this got him pissed off. He said, it was something like, I want a spaff on Sophie Askren's grimy arsehole. And then he was like, that's it, turn it off. Turn it off. And then there was another one where he's going, and then it comes up as pedo pigeon program breaking down. And it's like, what? You're making me out to be some pedophilic program? It's like so funny, man, his reactions. And then what else happened? Obviously some of them are a bit too far, bringing his little nephew Eddie into it. I think that's stupid, that's too far. Pretty mean bringing family into it. But obviously he has Eddie in his videos, so, you know, I guess it's bound to happen. And obviously the YTP has only mean it as a bit of a joke. Some of it's a bit too far but with Eddie. But, you know, they're just meaning it as a joke, nothing harmful. What other weird one? I'm trying to think now. There was another really funny one I was trying to think of when he's like, oh yeah, they take the mick out of his self-defense one and re-edit that, and he goes, my arse! Grab him by the testicles, my arse! I grab George Meaningless's arse, my arse! Testicles, and he's like, this guy's obsessed with arses. And don't you think Callum's Corner sounds like Tyson Fury, the boxer before it? Do you know who he is, don't you, Aaron?
Yeah, sort of, not too well.
Oh, okay. Well, if you watch some Tyson Fury trash talk, Callum's Corner sort of sounds a bit like him when Tyson Fury was young, before Tyson did all the coke and went on the massive bender and got really big. But Tyson's back to, you know, Tyson Fury's more slimmer now and he's built up, so fair play and he's made a comeback. But enough about that. Callum's Corner sounds like him before that, man. It's just funny, because I just keep thinking Tyson Fury's made a bloody YouTube channel. But obviously Callum's Corner still sounds the same, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just funny, man. And obviously in his later meme reviews he didn't cut off the videos because he watched them. And to be honest, I sort of think it's funny when he's like, oh, that's it! And he's just like, you know, the joke's got to him. And he's like, I've had enough of this. But yeah, man, it's just so funny. But he does all sorts of videos, you know. His best videos, the self-defense ones are funny. I feel like the ones when he goes absolutely mental and gets really angry, like it's like, what was one of them? No Fat November has been ruined. And then it starts off with, why am I on Pornhub?
And he goes, why was I watching mermaid porn?
I respect his honesty, but man, honestly,
There was that
so
video
funny, man.
where he covered himself in flour. And he just screamed.
He's like, I'm a TikTok now. I'm a TikTok. I'm the fucking TikTok.
And he just shaved.
You got what the fuck you want. Yeah. Just get rid of this beard. Honestly, man, so funny. I love his streams. Obviously, the only problem with these streams on Streamlabs, with the super chat, they obviously get gone. You can't save them over because it's all copyrighted. Because you know how they play loads of... Have you seen them, Aaron?
Yeah, he gets so many pop up though, so it is really distracting.
Yeah, I know, but it's so funny because he's like talking about something and it comes up brr, 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 really loud music. And then he tries to go to sleep and then it's always playing in the background and he just has an all-night stream of him just lying there. And those streams are so funny.
I haven't seen that one yet, all those ones yet.
Yeah. A lot of people I know think he's crap, but I still think he's great. I still love watching him because he just seems unique, you know. He just seems like a great guy. His songs are really good. Like I eat meat in a vegan world. Oh, I eat meat. Oh. Obviously, it's just a tune. I'm not saying my opinions on vegans or anything. I don't want to go there. Yeah, do what you want, fair play. But it's just so funny because he's just having a go and it's funny lyrics. Yeah. I liked his podcast with Tom Stockdale and some other dude. I don't know his name. Obviously, like I said, the aggressive videos are amazing. What were you going to say?
There's the ones where he blazes with people. Have you seen them?
The Blaze Q&A is quite good, but it's not rewatchable like the Rage ones. It's just like, you're really intrigued. You're like, oh shit, Callum's corner smoking weed in the car, whoa! And then you watch it once and you're like, yeah, pretty funny. It'd be funny to see him on coke or drunk. I wouldn't want him to do that, obviously, but... Well, obviously drunk bit would be funny, but I wouldn't want him to do coke, but you know.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty entertaining. But, yeah. I mean, some of his titles, it's just so random. That's another amazing thing about it. Like, the ambiguity, like, how it's all out there. Like, one of his titles is intensely disrespectful poo defies love gift. And then it's like, what are the weird things?
Oh, you know, a memeless shirt, and now he's single.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Unwanted erection earns me 150 quid. And then it says life changing ... Not clicking on it to read the rest of it. I watched it before. Like, there's some weird ones. Like, if you scroll down to like saying goodbye to holiday, alpha male swimming live. Like, that's weird. Like, why would you say alpha male swimming live? Oh. What are the great ones? Maximum meat. FIFA 19 for the first time. Blackburn. Blah blah. Yeah, obviously there's loads of funny shit. His titles are just straight up, and you get what you see in the video. What other? Obviously, recently his last couple of videos like Discord, buy anything you want. Should I rename? They're cool, better thumbnails. I brought a memeless T-shirt. I don't know if he personally put that thumbnail in because he's holding the T-shirt, but it's not like well designed like the other three. I ate the worst restaurant in my city. I don't know if that thumbnail is like a more improved one because it looks really saft. It looks like, I mean, I don't know. It's conveying the message he's eating shit. Maybe, I don't know, it doesn't matter about the thumbnails. But the point I was trying to make is that a few of the videos look a bit more professional.
I know he's got self-defense against potential pedo protection.
Yeah, that's really... He obviously is trying to help people. When I said about it being an act earlier, by the way, I just want to bring that back up. I don't think it is anymore. I think this is genuinely who he is. Even if it was an act, I still respect him because I think some of it's genuine. Even if it is some of the rage is an act, but I don't know. I don't think it's an act anymore.
I've spoken to a few people that I know like in person, and they've said that they reckon that it's an act. But I'm like, if it's an act, it's one of the longest running acts that you can do consistently for like 3 years.
Yeah. And it's very hard to tell. Like, if you look at other acts like Mick Jugnuggets with his Psycho Dad stuff, you can tell that's an act straight away. I'm sorry, if any of that shit happened in real life, the father would be put in prison.
Yeah.
Like, some person was saying, no, dude, he's treating his son like shit. His son's got problems. But I'm like, no, man. Seriously, this is clearly fake. And obviously I say it's fake years later. So I'm pretty sure Callum would say it's fake. or that obviously some of it's put on. He'd say it eventually, but I really don't think it is. But yeah, really cool shit. All his videos are just fun. I like the one where he stops in a hotel as well, calling my idiot boss and telling her where to stick.
Oh, that is amazing, that video.
Yeah, that's so funny, even though it's just a voicemail. Because obviously, what's good about it being a voicemail is that he gets to say everything he wants to say. If it had been a call, it would have been somewhat funny, but she would have just cut him off straight away.
Yeah.
I've talked about all of this is really, even though there's some bits I've said which aren't totally amazing, or I've laughed a bit, you know. All of this is pretty much positive. I'm going to go into a tiny little negative about him, like I say, to be objective, as always. A little problem I have, he's one of my favourite channels, I love watching him. A tiny problem, mate, charging 30 quid for like a hoodie with your face on it was mental. Like, I'm sorry. Aaron, do you know about this?
No, not really. I know of YouTuber merch, but not this, exactly.
Like, his merch, it's not as insulting as other YouTuber merch. Like, you know, it's just a bit of fun. It's just his head on a thing. Or, oh, you know, one more thing. Do you remember that Jumbo Tube video when he said, someone said I wanked off dogs for quavers?
Thing is, he borderline parallels someone that we know.
Oh,
Like, sort of.
yes, yeah. Except he probably wouldn't make himself as much of a fool. We'd probably say it in more of a calmer tone. Like, we'd probably have to get him raging, like he raged to us, like he'd say, someone said I wanked off dogs for quavers!
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously the tic-tac head, obviously we said about that.
Oh, I've just remembered something. You remember when it first kicked off about the whole Tic Tac thing?
Yeah.
You know what he said he was going to do if Tic Tac didn't get back to him?
What?
He said he
said he was going to have a go for copyright, he was going to sue him. I don't think that worked out.
He was going to put Tic Tacs in his arse and fire him out on camera. I'm not making this up.
I think I remember it. Oh, God.
He said, but YouTube wouldn't allow it, so, you know, he's not going up. Just picture that.
Oh, see, this is why he's such a legend, just because he comes out with some of the most random shit in the world. It's like amazing. But yeah, obviously, you shouldn't really be charging loads for merch. I know, can't you join the Callums army? That's fine, but charging 30 quid. Obviously, I'll, you know, charge whatever you want, I guess, but it's the people's fault if you want to buy it, I guess, if you buy something like that, you know. Your decision, but yeah. I know this podcast has gone on for a bit longer than before, but I just want to quickly go into Tom Stockdale. He's Callum's Corner's mate. Really cool guy. He's had a similar story. Do you think we should talk about him, like, in a full... I don't think he's as interesting, so I'd like to talk about him now quickly, because he's a really cool guy. But obviously, how long did we go into detail about Callum's Corner? Like half an hour just laughing, because there's no other YouTuber that you can go into this much detail. Like, obviously, if you were, it'd be, like, probably more negative stuff. But this, you can talk about him in like really positive light, just having a great laugh with him.
Yeah.
Like I say though, he's just trying to make him. I guess with that negative I brought about him charging extra money, he's just trying to make an extra few quid. You know, he's trying to make himself a bit better off. So fair play, I guess. But yeah, Tom Stockdale, he was having a really hard life, and KSI changed his life, and now he's got like 370 odd thousand. Yeah, 7 million views. 370 off. I can't see the subscribers at the moment for some reason. I think I need to go to the homepage. 276,000. Yeah, he's really talented with music. He freestyled to KSI, and obviously he's Callum's Corner's mate, so I just wanted to bring him up quickly. Really cool dude. Even though he's got 100,000 more subs than Callum, obviously I enjoy watching him, but he's nowhere near as hilarious as Callum's Corner. Callum's just on another level, mate. Isn't he? Like, he's one of the best. Yeah. He might be the best YouTuber of all time.
He's one of the most honest, for sure.
Yeah, no, but I mean, he's just funny.
Yeah.
He's just funny. Like, obviously, you probably watch. There are some videos which are just pointless and boring, like a few of them. But every YouTuber does that. It's not like he's spamming out nonsense all the time. It's just hilarious. It's just so funny, a lot of it, and it's just like, I don't know. I guess you can call him a personal favourite. You probably can't put him up there as the greatest of all time because there's loads of different factors. Maybe put him at number 5. I don't know, but that's another video for another day. But yeah, Tom Stockdale, really fun, amazing music, really talented. Little problem. This isn't really his fault, but obviously it's just He isn't really getting many views because it was just all the KSI's fans, but obviously all the subscribers changed his life. Callum's Corner's funny in his videos. Some of his videos, the videos are really good. A little bit repetitive, but obviously they're still fun. Still come back for more. But obviously, you know, a lot of YouTube, it's been done before. You know, a lot of this shit's the same, really. But Callum's Corner, it's funny. Like I say, Tom Stockdale's another one of my favourites. I know I just said obviously it's a tad bit repetitive, some of it, but it's still fun and enjoyable. But I'm not as like when I first started watching him when he first came on. Callum, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not trying to put him down. It doesn't matter if we get that point. He's great. He's a legend. But yeah, that's that. Callum's Corner, absolutely amazing. Do you want to end it here in a second?
Yeah, I don't really have much more to talk about. To be honest,
yeah,
covered everything.
Great podcast, really. I said we don't do this every few months, but we were meant to do it with someone else, but they were busy today, so we just thought, we might as well do this today and just do another podcast then, me and Aaron. But yeah, cheers for watching, decent stuff, you know.
Alright, so yeah, I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. Obviously, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
probably a few months, few weeks, a month, whatever, yeah. See ya.
I might
Thanks
try
for
and
watching.
start a new thing, but yeah, probably in a few months.
Yeah. Oh yeah, obviously there might be some more news channel shit or whatever, or a highlight of something funny. That might be on a separate channel. It doesn't matter anyway. See ya.
Alright, see ya.